Hey everybody, I'm Peter from the Heart Hub core team. With me is.
Hi, I'm Brittany.
So we have decided that every Monday we're going to do a little live stream. The live stream tool that's native to the Mighty Network software only allows one of us to live stream at a time. So we're probably just going to record some Zooms and post them on YouTube and maybe on the Facebook page. We'll fiddle around with this, but the point of these every week is just to give you a sense of what we're working on, what's coming up this week, what you can expect. And then we're looking for your feedback on things as well. So without further ado, what's coming up this week? And it is today, December 13th. So over the next 5-6 days.
So this week we have we have tomorrow night, I'm running the Ouroboros Integration Circle, and that is a special secret group with a little cohort of folks who attend. So I will see them tomorrow night at 6 o'clock MST. And then we have on Thursday, we have our Thriving on Thursdays with Tanis. This is our community hangout event. So you can come, bring your pet, bring your guitar, bring your dinner, come hang out and get to know people on a bit more of a human level where we are not always doing the work all the time. And that happens at 6:30 till 7:30 p.m. MST on the 16th, this Thursday. And then this Saturday, we have our first Heart Hub themed sharing circle from 10 to 11:30 a.m. MST. And we'll be talking about our monthly theme, The Void, and all things related to that, and seeing wherever our sharing circle takes us.
Cool. We're super excited about these events. A lot of these are going to be the ones that we've never done before. They're going to be a first try. And so this space is going to be essentially permanently in construction. We're always going to be trying new things. We're always going to be fiddling around with things. And one of the ways that we'll get better at this is by your participation and your feedback. So for the things you're able to come, letting us know in the community just by commenting on the event posts. How was it? What did you like? What didn't you like? We'd really love to hear from you. What we're working on this week is really the underlying infrastructure of the site. So crafting, what are our rules and agreements that we're going to have when things really kick into gear in January. And so we're just going to share a screen right here to show you where we're at right now. This is us being sort of, hey, look, we're humans and we don't always know what we're doing. So we've got this list that we are working on in a real draft form. And this Heart Oath is essentially what people are agreeing to by being members of this community. And it's a balance between here's the rules that we have to adhere to, and here's just a really nice way of being a member of the community. And so the biggest things are the ones at the end. So the first baseline that we have to hit is that the Mighty Network software, that the tool that we use to power the community, has its own acceptable use policy. So any of these things that start with no are really their rules that will prevent us from getting shut down. And so they're really basic. This is so much easier than the weird algorithm dance that we have to play in a Facebook group. And so the biggest thing for us, or the thing that's likely to come up the most, is the first one: no violation of laws or regulations or violations of intellectual property. No buying and selling of illegal substances is pretty much what that means for us. Mm-hmm. Everything else is really our attempt to pull from other experiences we've had to create a container that really represents a set of boundaries and agreements for people to participate in a way that makes everybody feel really safe, and safe to be in that space of it's okay to be really deeply vulnerable and say things that I might never have said to anybody else. So a few that really jump out to me is, I think don't be an asshole kind of covers most of this. And this is going to change. This is probably going to be trimmed down a bit, more concise. It may expand, we're not sure, but it'll be fun to watch the process evolve. But all of these are variations on that theme. If we think of others and we come from a place of empathy and compassion and put the other person first, give them the benefit of the doubt that, that angry post, that sarcastic post, that person's kid might be in the hospital. You never know. You just never know what people are going through. And so things like seek first to understand, then be understood, give more than you take, feels to me like it contributes more to that vibe, that energy of it is safe here to be wherever you're at. And as long as you're not violating community agreements, you're not being harmful to people, I think we're going to get along just fine. What jumps out to you, Britt?
I really love, we pulled some of these pieces from the 10 community principles that they use at Burning Man. And some of those are my favorites. So like the radical self-reliance piece, this idea that Like, we're not gathering here to create a bunch of codependency and save each other. Nobody here is going to save you. We will always be referring back to that authority of your own internal healing intelligence, and will encourage you to do the same. So really realizing you are your best teacher and healer, and we are just providing some structure for you to connect to that. So I love that. And I also love the radical participation, this idea that you're only going to get out what you put in. And we took this again right from the Burning Man page, because we loved it. We resist the substitution of consumption for participatory experience. This is really about coming and being together and participating in these events. It's not just about coming and consuming content, because we get enough of that all throughout our day. So how you participate in this space is big, is a big one for us, and for you, for what you're going to get out of it. So this is the
And
one
that,
to send out.
the idea of consumption is also playing into how this site is going to be monetized. And so we did talk about in our open house last week on the 7th that there will be monetization through membership dues, but we're not going to be going out and getting like sponsorships from Pepsi, and we're not going to be nickel and diming people for things here and there and doing this as a money-making venture. There is a need for energetic exchange based on money, but it's going to be making sure that we live these values where we give more than we take. Are you paying money? Yes, but we hope that the value proposition of something like a monthly membership fee more than makes up for what you get out of the community. And that's on us to keep reminding ourselves of. So that's kind of what's coming up in the next little while. We're going to be doing more and more of these live streams, and we'll probably get better at it. If you have any questions about things that we've talked about, or things that you're very curious about that maybe haven't been addressed yet, please throw them down in the comments here, and we would love to get to them and keep the discussion going. So thanks, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you around.